going to be a little bit different as we are back in Nashville looking for Bill Simmons. We have a lot of new technology coming in to see how we can possibly use this in not just the search for Bill Simmons, but as well as future cases. We have so many directions that this particular episode is going to go as we bring you up to speed as to what we're going to be doing the next 4, 5, 6 days here in Nashville. So stay tuned, one episode you're not going to want to miss. Welcome back for another episode of Adventures with Purpose, where we are back here because we're back here with Christy Simmons as we're looking for Bill Simmons. And when the word got out after we were here with you last, kind of tell me the overwhelming support as to everybody coming together.
It really has been amazing. Just everybody coming together. I've met Mike and...
I mean, we'll get to everybody in a few minutes as to how many, I don't even know how many teams we have here today.
It's amazing.
But not only have you lost Bill, but you just recently lost your mother as well. She was down here last time. Mm-hmm. She was your rock. Please tell us a little bit more about your mom.
She's been my rock my entire life. And after my dad was gone, it was, the two of us were just... And she's been with me through this whole thing with Bill. And she's kept me semi-sane.
Yeah. Well, Mike was keeping us updated on that one. In fact, Mike, why don't you come on in here with us? And let me introduce you to Mike Bishop, who when did you actually see what it is that we were doing here in Nashville? This was after we were already in Nashville. We'd left, we'd already put up both of the videos that we did searching for Bill.
Right, I mean, it was just a random morning. I was flipping through Facebook and that video popped up. Very first video I'd ever seen of yours. And that's when I reached out to you and we got connected, and it's just gone from there.
Yeah. Mike, being from the area here, has done incredible, research already as to where. But a few of the things that we've also learned is, even though an area has been searched once or twice by one group, it's good to go back in with another group because, we've been in our own experience to where we've covered an area where this already been covered twice before and we found somebody. We have, in fact, let me introduce you to Team Waters real quick as well. Tammy and Dennis, come on up here. So this is Team Waters, Tammy and Dennis, and really I kind of look to them as some of the pioneers in the field of search and recovery. They were kind of the first ones to receive some of the new equipment back in 2005 and helped pioneer, hey, Humminbird, we need these settings because you found somebody. So could kind of tell us a quick little snippet of your story and how this got started for you.
He explained it better.
We put our boat in, and we knew there used to be a lock and dam there by our house that they dynamited out, and we thought that'd be a cool place to go try out this new Humminbird. And so we launched, and the very first pass when we got to the top of the lock and dam where it used to be, there was a car. And then she remembered about this school teacher running into the water and never being found. She's on video going from the riverboat casino going in the water, but they was never able to find her car. 3 years and 3 months to the day we recovered her.
From the time she went in the water.
From the time she went in the water. There was a lot of media about it, and then immediately calls came in from all across the country, and we just never did learn how to say no.
And you're all volunteer. I mean, you don't ask the families for money, and
never will.
And you've really helped guide us in this as well. And so, I want to thank you because everybody that's here today is here today because they've taken your lead as well as our mission statement and our, for what we want for our integrity behind this. Is that we're not here to take money from families either. We've never asked, Christy for a dime, nor will we ever ask her for a dime, or any of the other families. And so for that, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today to help out. That, that this is becoming a movement that, we were talking just the other day. Right now, there's 5 or 6 main search teams across the entire U.S., but there's thousands of cases of missing persons. And so, Mike Bishop is starting to do this. We've got Shane from Project Clean River out of West Virginia. We've got Nug with Exploring with Nug. Jeremy is his name. We've got Mark. Mark, you fall into this with Bryson as well as Mike Bishop. So you guys, are kind of a team here in Nashville. We've got supporters that come out like Tara Mason, and we've got Karen back there. Wave, Karen. then help set up the fire department, who's going to be taken care of. By the way, your air is completely taken care of every single morning. We got Britt here from Depths of History. We've got Anthony that came in from New York. We've got Ohio. So this is our new security here. Sam the Adventureman. We've got Brock the Rock out of Pennsylvania. Come here, Doug. Elite Towing, where it all started. 100% you and your company are the reason for all of this.
Oh, stop it.
Come on now. Initially it was supposed to be one car.
Yeah, nobody would have known where this has led us.
And then we joked about 25 cars by the end of the year.
Yep.
I think we met those numbers, and now
higher.
Yeah, now here we are, 60 cars later, and here we are just months after we've been in Nashville. Thank you, Doug, for being here. We'll get back with Christy over here. So here we are, months later, we're back in Nashville, and what started as Sam and I meeting up with you has turned into something much bigger and much greater.
Thank you all. I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah. So if there's any, hope in this, I think that this is the dream team to do what we can for you. You're welcome. With that, I think we're going to break off into different groups. We're going to leave a link in the description down below to all parties. We're going to be here for 6 days here in Nashville, and you're going to see a lot of cameras around. We are here. This is how we're able to actually be out here, is because of the YouTube and the Facebook platforms, and same thing with these other, the others that have come together. So again, thank you everybody for coming, and let's see what we can do today. We drove 3 cars total through here.
Right, so there's 1, 2, 3.
Oh, so we're already one more car above what we had last time then, because we only had.
Well, there's one, ain't nothing left of it. You couldn't get that out of there if you wanted to.
Correct. Look to your right. Is that a open road up there?
Yeah, definitely is a potential outlet.
Do you find that the cases that you've been able to solve, they're using more out of the way places, or are they sneaking and going between like homes and stuff where people could see them?
A lot of what we find is not necessarily a boat ramp, but there's a park, and they drive across the grass and go in and not use the boat ramp.
Usually if it's between houses, it's an accident or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they don't, if they're going to do it, if they're not going to want to be found. They're not going to go take a chance on somebody being at the house and seeing them do it.
I mean, we found people in their cars in little nothing of a ponds that you wouldn't even think, give a second thought to.
So this is where the 17 are at?
Yeah. And we actually didn't go down as far as we probably should have, so there might be more down in this area as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the end of the day when we found one.
There's another one right here. We haven't even gone up there yet, so there's 2 more. 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
11. Wait. That's another car. Oh, and there's one right next to it too. Look. Oh, back to Nashville. Yeah, watch there not be a single car.
Someone
down
got him all already. Yeah. Incognito, maybe.
You thought we would have seen one already. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8.
I think we're up to 9.
There's 1. Dang, they're piling on each other. 1.
This was a stolen car, though.
I don't have 17 of them, but there's a bunch.
Well, when we turn around, we can come back.
There's another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And then these on here.
9, 12, 13, 14.
Over here?
I don't think that's a car.
What about that one?
I'm not sure about that. There might be one here up close. I don't think so though. There's a really old upside downer there.
Upside down.
Well, I'm feeling better. I think it's just closer to our 17 we were counting.
I don't know how many there is there. You have to pull some of them to get an actual count. All right, so where are we going now?
Explain where we started. So we started at Lock 2 Park. The 17 cars are over here, down from the bridge. And now we've come back around the river to where we drove to last time, which was the Heartland boat ramp. And so we put in our boat here, we scanned here, and so we're gonna redouble scan here with Team Waters today. And then we never did check out the Peeler Park across the way. So we're gonna check, that's what this ramp is right here, is Peeler Park.
Kind of something like what we're looking for, but that's too old.
So there's how many there? 2?
One so far, and then
One,
there's gonna be one.
A little further
This
out.
probably used to be one, way back in the day. You got that little one right tucked right in below that deal there.
So there's 2, 3?
3.
3.
So we're now at that Heartland ramp where we scanned before. And if you look, if we hang out another 5 minutes, we're going to be able to identify a truck in the river.
Waved.
Yeah, the only thing we found here was a bunch of concrete.
Yep. Yeah, there's nothing here.
Our next location that we're moving to, we were just over here at the Lock 2 Park, moving our way down south here, and the what did they say it was? 2 Rivers Lake has a little roundabout parking area here and a lot of just grass. And as Tammy and Dennis were mentioning earlier, just driving across the grass into something, not even a boat ramp, they found quite a few vehicles. We have another dive team that's actually sonared this before. I think they dove on one of the cars, and so right now I think that we've identified 3 vehicles up there. We just want to go put our own eyes on it. Again, never trusting what somebody else has already done. We just want to clear the area on our own. So 2 Rivers Lake is our next destination. I don't know if you saw or not, Dan, as we came up, there's no boat ramp here, so we're not putting in the big Team Sonar's boat. What we have is we have a new fun little underwater scanning device. It's a remote control boat that Dennis has actually built himself. And so with that, you have a Hummingbird unit with the side scan built into it. And that's a through-hole transducer?
Yes, sir.
One rather than a transducer that is kind of on the side or hangs out the back of the boat. This one actually has what's called a through-hole transducer. So it actually goes through the boat itself and it's on the very bottom. And then from there you have wireless to your ground station as well, so you can actually see in real time.
Yeah, we used a wireless Ethernet bridge. The Hummingbird feeds Ethernet out to other Hummingbirds. So what we did is we took that signal and custom made some leads and hooked into wireless Ethernet bridges.
Okay.
And those bridges talk to each other and allows me to watch the Hummingbird on shore. Yep.
It's pretty good, it didn't flip over.
That's very cool.
I see no cars. Grab it by the strap. Right there's one. That's a car. All the way, that's a car.
Looked like a piece of square concrete to me.
642, 772 on that one. That is 641, 775.
Isn't that the same, almost the same numbers?
I don't know, there's that one. 641, 774.
That's the same one.
I know there's at least two. We probably missed a truck because she said it was really close to the shore. We might have missed it, the one way over there. I don't think any of them's new enough, but you're not going to know till you set the John boat down in there and go look at them up close.
Oh, I think all three of them have already been dove.
Yeah.
That we know of in here. So maybe in the next couple of days we have the other teams while we're working on those other cars downriver.
Come on.
We'll send the teams over here with Dad's towing, and let's pull all three of those out. And I have some really good information and news. A lot of you have been following along, and I've kind of been hinting towards a magnetometer and a drone. And today, just like right here, we've got Troy with Skyfront, the CEO, the founder as well.
Yeah, founder and CEO.
You flew all the way in from California to be with us here in Nashville. You're going to be with us for the next couple of days, and right now we're just going to kind of give a teaser, an overview as to who you are, what it is that you have, what it is we're going to be doing, and tomorrow's episode we're going to go into a lot more depth, showing us what his drone can do, not just with the long extended flight time, like I said, he's going to quick overview with a magnetometer to actually show us below the water, but also the subfloor below the bed itself, that we can actually see below the dirt now.
That's right, below the sand.
Below the sand, below the silt, below the mud.
Yeah.
So take it away, Troy.
Sure. So my name is Troy, and I'm the founder and CEO of Skyfront. So basically this is a very capable platform that can perform a lot of the same missions and activities that a regular manned helicopter can do, but it's a tenth of the price. The secret to our long endurance is that we are a hybrid gas-electric drone, right? So we use gasoline. We have a two-stroke engine on board that converts gasoline into electricity, and that is then distributed out to the motors and propellers. Gasoline has 100 times the energy density of batteries today, so that's what allows us to get that really long flight time.
Now, have you ever actually used the magnetometer yet to look for a vehicle in the water, or is this
No,
is like your first mission?
Yeah, it's first time.
So the good news is I know that we have 2, possibly 3 vehicles for you right here in this little pond. We're out of the way. You can test it to your heart's delight.
Awesome.
Let's see what this can do today.
Fantastic. Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Engine failure.
It needs some time done. Basically just doing a raster scan, and the magnetometer is on and it's collecting data.
Okay.
Tomorrow maybe I want to get it like 2 meters off the water.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see what the limits are, because GPS above water is pretty bad because the radio signals will just bounce right off and they'll go to the receiver, and that confuses the GPS. We just did a flight right now where we were just basically testing the drone out over the water. The flight was mainly, so we are going to collect data and we're going to process that after the flight today, but it was mainly to figure out exactly how high we need to be to fly the mission in order to get close to the water. And you know, there's a lot of uncertainty when it comes to GPS, especially over water, bodies of water, which is what we're over right now.
So be sure to check out Skyfront. I'll put their link in the description below, and check them out, and you're going to see them in an upcoming video. So if you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to like and subscribe, because it definitely helps our algorithm, and we'll bring you more of these videos. So Anyway, where to next, Dan? I think that where it's going to take us is, let's jump in with Team Waters, and we have another pond that we're going to go search before the evening is over.
Oh, it's gated. Closed today. We ain't getting in there.
You know, was there a gate at 1:30 in the morning? We don't have those answers. I think that some people in the search team party are gonna have that. So right now we're gonna head back to the hotel, grab some of the information as to their searches today, and start to formulate a game plan for tomorrow. So what did you guys find today?
Well, we decided to head over to Percy Priest Lake and cover as much water around Nashville shores as we could. We spent an hour or so scanning. He was closer to the shoreline, I was a little further out, and did find one anomaly out there that I'd like Dennis to put his eyes on. Then we went over to Hamilton Creek, put in there. Sam got to see the car and the boat that we cleared not too long ago, and just kind of spread out from there and covered more water.
Okay, so I guess that tomorrow's game plan is we have Dad's Towing is going to be available at 1:30 in 2 different locations for us. So we have Bryson, who has 1, if not 2 vehicles for us. Dad's Towing is also going to check out the Two Rivers Lake. So they're going to check that out tomorrow to identify if they can get a rotator up on top that we can get enough line to pull out those 3 cars, whether we need to float them out from behind trees and whatnot. So we're going to have them check that out tomorrow. But then the second location, we need to identify what is that second location going to be. And then we also have our little mission tomorrow morning as well, working with the Tennessee Wildlife as well as, you know, the PD, and we're going to start marking our cars also with the 14, 15, 16, 17 cars that we have over there. So we have a busy day tomorrow.
Busy.
And so as far as splitting up, we're just going to figure out how we can rotate people into marking some of these. We're going to figure out which teams need to start rigging some of these other ones. At the end of it, we just need to have 2 cars ready to go at 1:30 tomorrow in 2 different locations. So with that, we want to thank Opryland for actually, they stepped up. They have taken care of an entire block of rooms for us. So thank you for that. When you guys are doing your scenes as well, please make sure that we keep them in mind, because without them, without all the support from the volunteers, from the viewers, from everybody, we would not be here. We're gonna do everything we can to find Bill. Thank you very much. Stick around. If you've not already done so, make sure to subscribe, turn on the bell notification, and we will see you on the next episode.